Good day to all my dear students. Next topic we are going to deal is all about the establishment of British rule in Bengal. So why Bengal? Because Bengal was one of the richest provinces of India, and that actually dragged the attention of the Europeans, as their main motive was to expand trade and thereby to earn maximum profit. It was mainly the English East India Company established their settlement in Bengal, particularly on the bank of river Hooghly in the year 1651. And that was the base from which the company traders operated. And these company traders at that time were referred as factors, and from that the name factory emerged. In order to protect their settlement, they even set up forts, which was not acceptable to the local rulers because that led to various conflicts. In order to expand their trade, company adopted various steps. Your first point, company even persuaded the merchants and traders to come and settle near the factory, thereby the trade expanded and earned maximum profit. Secondly, company bribed the Mughal officials to grant Zamindari right. So what is it all about Zamindari right? Yeah, it's nothing but right to collect taxes. And that too from three main villages in Bengal, namely Sutanuti, Govindapur and Kalikata. I'll repeat it once again. Sutanuti, Sutanuti. Second one, Govindapur, Gobindapur. And the third, Kalikata. And the last one, Kalikata, which later grew into the city of Calcutta, or at present we call it as Kolkata. So why English East India Company demanded for Zamindari rights? So that it could earn maximum income. Now the third point is, company even persuaded the last Mughal ruler Aurangzeb to issue a royal order called Farman. It's nothing but right to trade duty free or not to pay taxes to the rulers. But remember that this order was granted only to the company, but unfortunately the company officials misuses the privileges or concessions by not paying taxes on private trade. For example, whenever the officials engaged in private trade, they were supposed to pay taxes, but they failed to do so. So that resulted in the heavy loss of revenue for the Bengal province. And thereby, in the first half of the 18th century, the conflict between the Nawab of Bengal and the English East India Company intensified. At that time, Bengal was ruled by a very powerful ruler named Murshid Quli Khan, followed by Aliwadi Khan and then Siraj-ud-Dawla. Each of them was a strong ruler, but they refused to grant the company concession. They demanded large tributes for the company's right to trade. They even denied it any right to mint coins and stopped it from extending its fortification. So in that way, the Nawab of Bengal claimed that the company was responsible for the heavy loss of revenues in Bengal by not paying taxes, and they even ill-treated or humiliated the Nawabs by writing disrespectful letters. But on the other hand, the opinion stated by the company was entirely different. They declared that the unjust demand of the local officials that actually ruined their trade link, and even convinced that the trade could flourish only if the duties were removed, or to enlarge a settlement that too needed to be protected by setting up forts. And thus the perspective of both the Nawab as well as the companies varies and even resulted in conflicts. And finally, it culminated in the famous Battle of Plassey. Thank you.